What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most, that do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Krista Don One, and welcome to another rendition, another episode of Too Early for This podcast. I'm your host, your moderator. I'm Krista Don One, and we're going to be tackling a lot of topics in the social media YouTube streets. How y'all living? I'm living swell. Please be sure to hit the subscription button while you're at it. Hit the notification bell so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream goes down. Also, to help out the channel as well as the YouTube videos, as well as the videos in these YouTube algorithms. All right. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share this with your friends, family, as well as your followers. That really helps and promote the growth and development on this channel, as well as the multitude of videos that are unleashed on my primary channel. I'm Chris Don One. So let's get into it. Too early for this podcast. I believe this is episode 11, and let's get it cracking, lacking. All right. The first topic of discussion we're going to be talking about or talking to Mr. Ice Cream Vlog, aka Milk with the Sugar, aka Tea with the Honey, aka Hunt's Ketchup to the Burger, aka I'm running out of AKAs for Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Vlog. All right, so I uploaded a couple of videos talking about Ice Cream Vlog. Basically, if you've been living under a rock, I'd like your boy to explain. If you don't know who or what Mr. Ice Cream Vlog is, he's a YouTube content creator that really goes hard on a lot of YouTube influencers, you know, exposing their lifestyle, exposing the fact that the mansions that they claim they own, they be renting out these mansions. A lot of these YouTube influencers claim that they own a fleet of cars, and in reality, they're renting these cars or leasing these cars, excuse me, and talking about their jewelry. Like some of these YouTube influencers' jewelry is non-existent as far as being real, more like fake jewelry. You know, he exposed a couple of influencers about their giveaways and raffles, talking about some of these YouTube influencers be bamboozling out here in these YouTube streets. Okay. This man, if you want to, you know, if you are subscribed to any YouTube influencer, like a Mr. Organic, Tall Guy Review, Love and Slim, Danielle Champion, Rail to Real, CJ on 32. The list goes on and on and on. Now, there's a coinkydink with that list I just mentioned. All of these people that I just mentioned are African American. Now, I am not sitting up here and telling you guys that Mr. Ice Cream Vlog is a racist. I don't believe that he is a racist, but I really do feel like a lot of his content is personal. All right. He takes this very, very personal to a lot of these YouTube influencers. Again, I'm not here to tell you guys that Mr. Ice Cream Vlog is a racist. I'm not here to tell you guys Mr. Ice Cream Vlog is a bigot. All right. But sometimes I do feel like in a lot of his videos blind him to the actual facts about a lot of these YouTube influencers. And I'm also not saying that a lot of these YouTube influencers don't deserve the exposure. I'm not here to sit up here and tell you guys that Now, I'm not condoning what Mr. Ice Cream Vlog did, but nevertheless, I am not co-signing to a lot of the YouTube influencers that he exposed on a day in and day out basis. However, I'm not co-signing to the tactics of one Mr. Ice Cream Vlog. And I've said this in videos and live streams that this individual, okay, did some guerrilla warfare on a lot of these YouTube personalities, these YouTube quote unquote influencers. You know, a lot of these YouTube influencers claim to be dating experts. They claim to be influencers. They claim to be financial wizards. Uh, you know, business moguls. You know, they claim a lot of titles. All right. But I'm not co-signing to what a lot of the YouTube influencers were saying and doing in their videos. But I'm also not co-signing to Mr. Ice Cream Vlog on his guerrilla warfare tactics. And by judging a lot, not all of his videos, but some of his videos, they come off very personal, very vindictive. Okay. So Mr. Ice Cream Vlog was that guy. And he was, I mean, he was the biggest content provider on YouTube that was doing these exposure type videos. Now, when I say there was some shady stuff that he did, the guerrilla warfare tactics, such as, you know, I felt like Mr. Ice Cream Vlog really, he's an habitual line stepper. I felt like, you know, he would say and do anything and really don't think about what he's putting out there in the atmosphere. And I really do believe in karma. If you put out negative energy in the universe is going to reward you with that same negative energy. And I tell a lot of people that, I say, yo, if you want to be negative Nancy or negative Neg, negative Neil, let's say negative Neil. And you always got to critique people. You always got to talk about people in front as well as behind their backs. Be sure to understand that you're throwing out this negative energy. The universe is going to reward you of that exact same negative energy. Sometimes twofold. All right. So Ice Cream Vlog disappeared out of the social media YouTube streets because of a lot of videos from My Grave Vlog, as well as a cast of others who are making these videos about Ice Cream Vlog. And they use the same guerrilla warfare tactics Ice Cream Vlog utilized on CJ on 32, Mr. Organic, Rail to Real, Tall Guy, Love and Slim, Danielle Champion. All right. The same tactics that everyone said in his subscriber base was okay, that they were in bounds. He's not crossing the line. He's not an habitual line stepper. These My Grave Vlog, as well as some other entities out there, was putting out a lot of incriminated evidence, not incriminating as far as Ice Cream Vlog is going to jail, but in these YouTube streets, some questionable evidence about Ice Cream Vlog's actual name, his actual profession, showed his family, his wife, his kids. I believe that's his kids. And Ice Cream Vlog turns out to be this middle-aged, overweight, high blood pressure, white Caucasian male that we all assumed he was. You know, when I started listening to Ice Cream Vlog, I just had him pictured in my head. And the individual, and when I saw his picture, I said, okay, yeah, that's the guy that I had pictured in my head. He comes off as that individual. They showed his working. Apparently and all this is alleged. So let's throw out the allegedly. He's supposed to be this dentist. A lot of people paired him up as a taxi driver or a guy that does Lyft for income. That was the rumor, a couple of years ago. Now we got his actual information, and allegedly, let's use the word allegedly. All right. They got this man's Addy. They got this man's place of business. They got this man's how he look. They got this man's wife. They got this man's kids out here. They got this man in a picture, and he looked very sus. Okay, they got this man. All right. Now, allegedly. All right. So let's please put that out there in the atmosphere. All right. So Mr. Ice Cream Vlog got a dose of his own medication. And a lot of people that were taking up for Ice Cream Vlog were very hypocritical, basically saying, hey, that's not fair. You're showing this man's face. That's not right. You're showing this man where he works at, where he lives at. Y'all showing his Addy. But isn't that the same guerrilla type warfare tactics he was utilizing on a Mr. Organic, on a Rail to Real, on a CJ on 32? He was using these same tactics on those YouTube influencers. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, if it's okay for him to do that, how come y'all turn a blind eye and say it's not fair, it's out of bounds when a Migrate Vlog and these other YouTube personalities are using his same tactics against him? They're using his own medicine against him. Okay. Sometimes to cure a disease sometimes the disease is the cure. And I'm not sitting up here saying that, I'm not sitting up here saying without a shadow of a doubt, Ice Cream Vlog is this germ or this disease like cancer or anything like that needs to be taken care of and be wiped off, like a disease, okay, not like an individual. But they use the same tactics he used to get his information. And now all of a sudden, the stuff that they were using on Ice Cream Vlog is not fair, but it's okay when Ice Cream Vlog was using that same type of tactics on Danielle Champion, Mr. Organic, Slim Talk, Love and Slim Talk I review, Danielle Champion, CJ on 32, Lawsuit Jerry. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on of people that he would use these same tactics on. So a lot of people came to the defense of one Ice Cream Vlog. I had a lot of people in the comment section saying, that ain't right, this, that, and the third. And then 1000 HP Media made a video. And I like 1000 HP Media. I'm subscribed to him. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's a good dude. I think he has a good heart. He's very entertaining. He's very funny. And that's what I perceive his videos as. All right. I don't consider his videos like CNN or TMZ or some tab or some tab, I just don't consider his content newsworthy. I consider it entertaining. I consider it very funny, comedic, but I don't take it seriously that way. All right. And I am subscribed to 1000 HP Media, but I'm not subscribed to Ice Cream Vlog. And I explained that in last week's live stream, as well as multiple videos, why I'm not hating on Ice Cream Vlog. When his videos do hit the timeline, I tend to watch them. But, I just felt like subscribing to him, that's almost like accepting what he's doing is okay. Like, I felt like, subscribing to Ice Cream Vlog is basically a guilty verdict on my end that, hey, look, you saying you have a problem with how he gets the information. You say you have a problem with him being an habitual line stepper, overstepping his bounds. You're saying you have a problem with his tactics, but yet you're subscribed to him. And I just didn't want to be hypocritical. So I'm not subscribed to him. I do see his videos on the timeline. I tend to watch his videos and then I just keep it pushing. But I still have that same opinion about Ice Cream Vlog. Okay. At the end of the day, I feel like he's a good dude. I mean, I don't think he's racist, but I do think that a lot of his content is very personal and vindictive. And I just don't like the way I just don't like those tactics, okay? And me being subscribed to him or hitting the like button or going in the comment section, that means I'm supporting what he's doing. And that's one thing I just can't see myself doing, all right? So, Ice Cream Vlog got exposed by My Great Vlog as well as other people. A lot of people feel like a lot of these people are part of the 32 gang, okay, whatever. And he went into hiding. We had to put an APB out on Ice Cream Vlog. He was nowhere to be found. He changed his name to Milk and Honey, Tea with Splinter, hot tea with honey, whatever you call it, coffee with cream. I don't, that's what Ice Cream Vlog thought. He can just change his name. A lot of people feel like he deleted his videos. I don't think he deleted his videos. What I actually think he did is private his videos. And if I was him, I wouldn't delete none of their videos. That's gold right there. That's great information that you can go back to and fall back on if you're back into your exposing bag. Okay, so you got all this wealth of information in these videos. Why are you deleting them? Now, as a content creator, and as smart as I think he is, he's smart enough to know not to delete all of those videos. Now, I'm pretty sure that he has them copied on a hard drive or what this, that, and the third, but it would have been best for him to just put those videos on private, which I think he did on his YouTube channel. But anywho, okay, that's neither here nor there. So 1000 HP Media tried to defend him to the best of his ability, and he just crashed and burned. Rail to Real did a reaction on his video, and that just left. And 1000 HP Media did a follow-up video, basically saying that he's not worried about anybody having beef with him in these YouTube streets. And he was waving the iron, toting the steel. He had that fire, okay? He had the whole fire starter kit, all right? He started waving the pistol, just letting everybody know, allow me to reintroduce myself, all right? He was in that bag of tricks, and that made him look very, very sad and very, very silly. And he did the common thing that a lot of us do as content creators. I have fell into that trap as well myself. And I said this in the live stream as well as a video. When you start entertaining the comment section, trying to prove to the comment section that you're no wuss, you're a tough guy, you're this, you're that, when you're playing and communicating with the comment section is not a good thing. And I felt like he was really reading what they said in the comment section. They did say, and they said some not so kind words, not so flattering words to 1000 HP Media, and it gotten so bad for him. He got rid of the comment section on one video, and he still has that video up with him waving the pistol. Now, there's a lot of defenders of Ice Cream Vlog. Even Ice Cream Vlog made a video about it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, about his video when he came back to YouTube, back in the social media YouTube street. You would think, and I told you guys in a live stream, when he comes back to YouTube, he's going to be in his bag, because he's going to be sitting in that lab, cutting and making the best defense video imaginable. I mean, this man is going to be Flago, all right? That's what I thought his first video was going to be. Anywho, but Ice Cream Vlog came back as Ice Cream Vlog or Ice Cream Media, whatever, and he was trying to explain the situation with 1000 HP Media. He was basically saying that, look, y'all giving him all types of hell that he waved a pistol on video. Well, how come y'all don't have that same energy when Mr. Organic does it? How come you don't have this same energy when Real to Real does it? How come you guys don't have that same energy when CJ on 32 does it? All right? And I did a video on his reaction video, and I started the video saying, we don't know what you're talking about, because when Mr. Organic was waving the tool, I said something about it. Others had said something about it, Mr. Ice Cream Vlog. When CJ on 32 did it, I talked about it. Others have talked about it, Mr. Ice Cream Vlog. What are you talking about? When CJ did it. Now, a lot of these videos, when they're not actually waving, well, other than Mr. Organic, they're not actually waving the tool around and saying, if anybody runs up on me, it's going to be a quick encounter and this, that, and the third, okay? But they did make those videos showing off their weapons, and they was doing one or two things. One, to let you know that they have this weapon, and two, to let you know that, and they was quietly telling you this, that, yo, if you think you're going to run up on me, you're going to have a rude awakening, all right? It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious, major problem. The only difference from not Mr. Organic, but from a CJ on 32 and Real to Real, the only difference is they were not promoting violence, and 1000 HP Media and Mr. Organic was. And we talked about this, all right? So this is not a situation where y'all, green lighting when they do it, but all of a sudden when 1000 HP does it, it's a problem. No. I've been fair and balanced on anything. Anytime a content creator is waving a gun or waving a knife, I remember doing a video on Kylie Muscle when he was waving his knife around in front of the camera saying, look, if somebody comes up on me, I'm going to gut them like a fish, all right? I had problems with that too. Others had problems with that. So it's not a situation where, okay, we're just going to pile up on 1000 HP Media. What's wrong is wrong, and what's right is right. As a content creator, you should not be promoting violence, or that you can do physically, or you can do physical harm to someone. All right? If you're into being an influencer, being a car influencer, or showing off your lifestyle and stuff, if you want to do videos like that, that's cool, fine, dandy, sweet like candy. All right. However, when you're starting to make videos showing off your weapons, and then you're making comments talking about, yo, if somebody runs up on me, it's gonna be a quick encounter. Best believe. Houston, we have a problem. So we were on Mr. Organic when he was doing that nonsense. We was on CJ on 32 when he was doing that nonsense. Now, Real to Real, I have just recently watched a few of his videos, all right? And then he showed the video on his reaction channel about him and his gun. And even when he did it at that part, even though that video was old, I wasn't for that either. Okay? So it's not that type of situation. It's not that type of party. That's why I made the video. A lot of people, it just went over their heads. It was somebody in the comment section saying, well, Mr. Ice Cream Vlog is right. It seems like you guys are more concerned about 1000 HP Media waving the tool, but y'all don't have that same energy when somebody else does it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, the latest saga on Ice Cream Vlog, still to this day, this man has not produced a video explaining all of the accusations. All right. Now, I will say this. When this came out, all of this was possible, plausible, maybe. I'm not too sure about this, but as the days go on and the more distant Ice Cream Vlogs continue to make videos about everything under the sun, except whether or not this information is accurate. If he comes a month later with his side of the truth, it'll be too late. People will run to the bank with what Mike Ray Vlog said, what a lot of influencers said, and they're just going to run with it. And when he comes out with his video a month later, people's going to say, oh, he's just saying that because he got caught out here. He got caught lacking. All right? And I'll be honest with you, if the video don't drop next week, then all of this is going to be legit. And I'm pretty sure there's some information, there's some tidbits in that information that's not accurate, that's not on par of being the truth. But it'll be too late then. And that's the point that that's the point I was making with that video. You're pretty much on a time restraint. You have to basically tell your side of the story. No matter if your side of the story is 100% true or 100% false, you have to tell your side of the story. You have to get in it fast, hard, pause. You have to attack this, all right? And it's been a minute. You uploaded 2 videos that have nothing to do about these recent accusations that Mike Ray Vlog, as well as other personalities in these YouTube streets, has documented on multiple videos, and you're not saying nothing about the videos. All you're saying is your day will come where you're going to explain this. Well, it's been almost 2 weeks and you haven't explained one thing. And it's kind of scaring me. If this is all false, then Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do. But out of everyone out there that can make a video and prove the doubters wrong, prove the haters wrong, is One Ice Cream Vlog. But he needs to really hurry up, because you're 2 videos in from privating with quoting. A lot of people think he deleted all those videos. Let's just go ahead and use that narrative. You're almost 2 weeks away from deleting all your videos, changing your name. All right. You was missing in action for a good solid week or 2 We had to put a police report out on you, a lost and found. Your face was on the milk carton box, all right? And then after your good friend 1000 HP Media got just obliterated on social media and in these YouTube streets, now you want to come out with a video trying to defend him. You also came out with another video talking about other YouTube influencers, and that's it. Here's my thing with Ice Cream Vlog, and I'm going to say it again because a lot of people out there got a lot of wax in their ears, all right? Here's my issue with Ice Cream Vlog. I told you, well, not my issue, but my concern about Ice Cream Vlog. I don't believe Ice Cream Vlog is a racist. I don't think Ice Cream Vlog is a bigot. I don't think Ice Cream Vlog is necessarily a hardcore, pure 100% hater, all right? But I do feel like Ice Cream Vlog is a little bitter. I do feel like Ice Cream Vlog is a little jealous. A little jealousy is in him. And I do think Mr. Ice Cream Vlog attacked these individuals very personally. Yes, a lot of these videos that he come out with is really instrumental as far as educating the YouTube community, particularly with the raffles and the sweepstakes and all that stuff. All right. But I feel like a lot of his videos are tactical and tacky as well as personal. And my thing with Ice Cream Vlog, and I had this one question I wish Ice Cream Vlog can give me an answer to, is you got all of this energy for a Mr. Organic. And in Mr. Organic's case, some of it was warranted, all right? Some of it was warranted. You had all this energy for CJ on 32. You have all this energy for Rail to Real. You have all this energy for Tall Guy Review. You had all this energy for Love and Slim. You have all of this energy for Danielle Champion, all right? My issue with all that is if you're here to be educational about YouTube influencers, how come you don't keep that same energy for the other YouTube individuals? Like the Paul brothers, Jake Paul, and I forgot the other Paul brother name. I guess Chris Paul from State Farm, whatever his name is. How come you haven't made a video about Jake Paul buying an NFT that's absolutely worth nothing? How come you have not made a video on the youngest Paul brother being in an expedition with Floyd Money Mayweather, putting some shame in Floyd Money Mayweather's name, saying that he's scamming? How come you haven't made a video about that, Mr. Ice Cream Vlog? How come you haven't made a video on Mr. Beast? So there are a multitude on top of a multitude. How come you didn't make a video on when Jake Paul took a camera to China and went into that park, and there was a guy in the park basically deleting himself? How come you haven't made not one exposure video or even talked about what transpired with Jake Paul and his brother or Mr. Beast? So if you're going to have that energy for those entities in these influencers, like I just mentioned, how come you don't have that same energy for the other influencers that are bigger names, that can give you bigger views, that can give you bigger click rates, that can get you even more subscribers? How come you have not talked about those entities, but you got all the energy for those other entities I just mentioned? Again, I don't think Ice Cream Vlog is racist. I don't think he's a bigot, but I do feel like he's a little jealous. He's a little envious, and it's personal. It's personal, particularly with Mr. Organic. It is very personal. And like I said, there was a lot of videos I definitely didn't co-sign with, but I think the one video that just sticks in my mind is the video where you wrote Danielle's champion name on a piece of paper and you're throwing money at the name, basically at her name, basically implying that Danielle Champion can be bought, that Danielle Champion is a stripper, that Danielle Champion is an escort. And you have made several videos about utilizing that same subject matter to illustrate your version of Danielle Champion. And to that I say this: what have Danielle Champion done in her videos where you have to expose her? I mean, what has she said or what has she done? Has she done any giveaways? Have she done any car giveaways, any raffles, anything like that? No. The only thing Danielle Champion, in your eyes, that she did wrong was to be a girlfriend to Mr. Organic. And we talked about this in many live streams and in many videos. I felt like Danielle Champion and Mr. Organic, they wasn't really in no relationship. They were collaborating with each other for clicks and views, more so for Danielle Champion, her brand, her channel, her videos, okay? Her name in social media. It really helped Danielle Champion a lot more than Mr. Organic. They were never girlfriend, boyfriend. They were just playing the role and playing the part like reality TV, like the Love and Hip Hop, like the Black Ink Club, okay? The Bad Girls Club, okay? I felt like they were doing it that way. But yeah, once again, let me say this again. I don't think Ice Cream Vlog is racist. I don't think Ice Cream Vlog is a bigot, but I do think Ice Cream Vlog he takes these tactics very personal against the people that he talk about. He's not doing it to better educate the audience or the YouTube community. It's more personal on his side than being very informational to all of us. All right. But yeah. Moving on. So let's talk about Mr. LaTruth. He did an interview with Tasha Roach K. Basically did an interview on her app. She's doing a lot of content on her app because she gets to keep that money. Now, I do feel like even though Cardi B sued her and won her judgment, I don't think Cardi B or her representatives can touch the money that she's making on YouTube. But clearly you can tell she's pushing a lot of her content away from YouTube and placing it on her app and getting people to subscribe to her app, similar to like Alex Jones when he got banned from Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. He made a website, and a lot of Alex Jones subscribers would go to the website, pay a subscription or whatever, and enjoy his content there because he was getting permabanned. He was getting suspended on all of these social media applications. And I feel like with Tasha K, she's trying to protect her backside just in case she says or do something that can get her into some serious trouble to the point to where she can't make an honest day living because she's on social media, because her YouTube channels are going to be terminated, or TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So, and plus she gets to keep all of the revenue coming from her app. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this topic. So basically she had an interview with Mr. LaTruth. Mr. LaTruth was, still talking around the fact about that particular incident involving his used to be wife or girlfriend or whatever. And basically, talking about how men talk a good game when it comes to sex in bed, but a lot of men that do a whole lot of talking really are not that good in bed. Singing to Tasha K, quoting Bible verses. And I'll be honest with you guys, I thought Tasha K was going to drag him. And I felt like if Tasha K was the same Tasha K before she got into some serious trouble with Cardi B, and she was doing all of her content on her YouTube channel. She has 2 YouTube channels. And if she would have gotten this, and if this would have happened back then and was granted an interview with Mr. LaTruth, she would have dragged him up and down, giving him real hard questions that he's not going to be able to sing, dance, or joke around. And he would have called that interview off and just walked away. But Tasha K is in a bind, both financially as well as her name. Her name don't ring as well as it used to. Particularly, she don't won that judgment. There's a lot of other celebrities that's going, if Cardi can win a judgment against Tasha K, I should try that. So, Tasha K is really utilizing Mr. LaTruth to get his audience into watching the video, and maybe a certain percentage of that audience would subscribe to her app. So she was really throwing a bunch of softball questions at Mr. LaTruth and really didn't pin him down on anything. And they got off the topic very quickly to talk about other things. And I went to La La Land. I fell asleep, folks. I was sleeping because this was a boring interview. This was an interview that was catered to please Mr. LaTruth and just to generate more content for Tasha K to advertise to get more people to subscribe to her app. Nothing more, nothing less. You're not going to learn anything by watching this interview. You know more now than just watching that interview. That interview is not going to help you, not one iota. All right. So, still to this day, there's a disconnect between Mr. LaTruth and Ms. LaTruth. I think her name is Bria, whatever. We'll just call her Ms. LaTruth. Mr. LaTruth, Ms. LaTruth. I think that's cool. All right. So they're going back and forth, throwing subliminals on social media, more so on Quinstagram, or Instagram. You know the real reason why I call Instagram Quinstagram, by the way, is because it satisfies the thirst of you thirsty mofos out there. Jesus Christ, y'all some thirsty bastards on social media. Anywho, they're throwing subliminals. He's basically saying she's over it. She's over exaggerating this little incident. She's imagining stuff. She's lying on him. And she's painting the picture of him being very controlling, was very ugly to her. I believe I think this went out last week. She recorded one of their arguments, and the LaTruth that loves to sing, dance, and tell jokes on social media, that wasn't the same LaTruth on that phone call that was recorded. And basically she's saying he's very controlling, very demanding, and this, that, and the third. She said that he was very abusive to her. But she recanted that by saying he wasn't physical to her, but mentally he was very abusive to her. Now, a lot of people saying, well, I mean, how abusive can he be if mentally he's getting in your head saying this, that, and the third? And to that I say mental abuse is a very serious situation and shouldn't be taken lightly. If you don't believe me, look at Ben Simmons. Okay, so even though she recanted on him being physical, she still hasn't recanted on a lot of other stuff, that he was very abusive. They were in a toxic relationship. Even him having a gun. She explained on her Instagram. When the 911 dispatcher asked him, does he have a gun? She said yes. Everyone assumed that, and even Mr. LaTruth said, well, she's saying that I put a gun on her, and that wasn't true. One could jump to that conclusion, but another conclusion a person can jump to, as she even illustrated it on one of her posts, was you do have a gun in the house. Just because it wasn't pointed at me does not mean you don't have a gun. All right. Now, she also took to social media. Obviously, she's lawyered up. She is lawyered up. She's with her attorney. That's what that video implied. And Mr. LaTruth is on his car wash tour of interviews to try to clear his name, because in social media, he is taking a very hard hit on social media. People are looking at him very differently than they used to look at him, and it's looking bad out here for Mr. LaTruth. And it's ugly. So, as far as their relationship goes, they're co-parenting. And she's doing her thing, he's doing his thing. But you can tell that these two, the saga is not over with these two, not one stretch of the imagination, because they're still taking shots at one another. And I feel like the real reason why they're taking shots at one another is they know it's going to be very close for the divorce proceedings. And if I was Mr. LaTruth, I wouldn't say anything to her. I wouldn't try to start anything. I wouldn't try to debunk anything that she says about you, because it's going to look real bad on your end. That's just my personal opinion. You should be focusing more on how much alimony and child support she's willing to take from you. All right. So that's my that's all on the Mr. LaTruth. The only Mr. and Mrs. LaTruth, the only information I really have for you guys is the fact that, they're taking subliminals, going back and forth. He was on Tasha K's, Tasha K interviewed him, and that was that. So that's it on that topic. Moving on. Brittney Griner has finally been released and is out of that Russian jail. They were using her as bargaining chips. They were doing their own rendition of an NBA trade. The Russians wanted, in order for Brittney Griner to be released and go home, they wanted a lot in return for Brittney Griner. They finally settled on an arms dealer that the United States had, and it'd be an even swap. Him for Brittney Griner. This arms dealer is a dangerous man. Maybe more of an importance for Russia than Brittney Griner is to America. And the reason why I said that before everybody starts getting hopping pot mad is the fact that he's an arms dealer, so he's probably got relationships with a lot of terrorist organizations and know a lot of secrets about the United States government and military. With Brittney Griner, I hate to say it, but Brittney Griner was an African-American woman who played basketball. That's it. She doesn't hold any secrets. She doesn't have any relationships with any terrorist groups or any countries that are affiliated or not affiliated with the United States of America. She's just a basketball player. And they went ahead and made the swap. So Brittney Griner is back on U.S. soil. And a lot of people are saying why they would release the arms dealer for Brittney Griner. Meanwhile, there's an American businessman that's still being held captive by the United States government, and he's not going to be released anytime soon. So everyone's putting the dots together, 2 + 2 = 4, all that jazz, all that spit. Okay? Now, I can understand people having that opinion. And 2, the businessman, I think he's been locked up for like a little over 4 years, I believe. And Brittney Griner has only been locked up for less than 11 months. And then the importance of both of these individuals, which before we get into it, I feel like all life is precious. I feel like everyone is important. However, when you look at this situation, we got Brittney Griner, but the American businessman is still locked up. And we swapped Brittney Griner for an individual that had secrets, had trade secrets. Well, not trade secrets, but secrets with the government. And like I said, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it's from my understanding that Biden was trying to orchestrate a trade with not only Brittney Griner, but the U.S. American for the arms dealer. And that just fell through. They wanted to do 1 for 1, not 2 for 1. Okay? And that's how we got Brittney Griner. Now, ever since she got back in the United States of these America, she was in the gym. She dunked for the first time. I feel like professionally, as far as a basketball player go, she's not going to lose a step. Now, she probably lost a little weight, but she's got the whole off season to figure that out, and she's going to be working out alongside other athletes that's probably not dominating in that system. But she needs to really push it to the limit and try to get back what was lost from her 11 months ago. Obviously, this is a learning lesson for all of us. You have to understand the laws of other cities, other countries before arriving there. Because what's sweet and innocent here may not be like that in another state or another country. And that's just my 2 cents about it. So, yeah. Moving on. Before I move on to the next topic, I first like to tell you guys that please hit the subscription button, comment in the comment section, subscribe, hit the notification bell so this channel as well as this video gets into the YouTube algorithm. It is very, very important. Also, do not forget to watch my podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple. It's just on I forgot the other application podcast that you can enjoy your listening to. But nevertheless, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share it with your friends, family, and followers so we can get this in the algorithm. All right. Also, you can check out I'm Chris Down One podcast on the Anchor app, Spotify, the iTunes Podcast Center. Just in the description, there's a lot of links to a lot of channels and platforms that I am signed to. All right. So go check them out. All right. Now, let's move on. Moving on. So, Miss Redbone, I think her name is 1973 or 2013, 2000, Miss Redbone 2000. Let's just say, to play it safe, let's just say Miss Redbone 2000. She is a content creator in these YouTube streets. I believe she has 3 channels. Did millions in views. Has a great subscriber base on all 3 of her platforms. I perceive her as a real cool person. I don't know her. I don't know any of these individuals that create content, but the reason why I mentioned her was she's been doing a lot of TikTok videos on her channel, and she did one video where she was munching on some starch, and she said that one of her subscribers wanted her to just eat starch, and she would just be looking into the camera just eating starch. Obviously, some guys are into that. That's a fetish, and not a lot of her content, but some of her content is borderline kinky. She has adult theme title or content on some of her videos. Other videos be vlogs or comic skits or anything like that. But nevertheless, she started asking a lot of her subscribers what do they want to see from her channel. Now, lucky for me, I'm subscribed to her on social media on her Snapchat. All right. And I just commented to her, you know what? You should do a video on whether or not you would encourage yourself or maybe not encourage yourself to do an OnlyFans. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I think she'll be very good on OnlyFans. And when I say OnlyFans, a lot of people got this false misconception of OnlyFans. A lot of people think the only type of, nudity or anything like that. But I do feel like you can make content that wouldn't necessarily be family friendly on YouTube, and you can have it on OnlyFans, and a lot of your subscribers will be willing to follow you on OnlyFans. Now, here's the caveat to a lot of this stuff. And look, I tell a lot of people this, all right? It's extremely hard to get your followers from YouTube to follow you on Instagram or to follow you on TikTok or to follow you on iTunes and Spotify. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people that are subscribed to you on YouTube just doesn't want to be following you on other platforms. They say to themselves, look, I'm subscribed to you here on YouTube. I'll just check you out on your next YouTube video. And that's how a lot of subscribers on YouTube are. Now, an individual told me YouTube subscribers are very lazy. Okay, it's hard to get them to hit the like button. What makes you think that they're going to follow you on other platforms? That's going to take some work and it's going to take some effort. Okay. Now, saying all that, I feel like there are a few average women who are on YouTube, who are content providers that could flourish on YouTube as well as OnlyFans, and they don't have to, have adult themed content, explicit content. They can do the videos or the pictures that probably wouldn't be family friendly to YouTube. You can import a lot of that content on OnlyFans or whatever. And that's what I was getting at. Like, a lot of these people who watch your videos are into stuff like that. And I'm going like, man, you should really, and you have to play it safe when you're making content like that on YouTube. You have to be careful. But I asked her that question and she's thinking about it. I'm not saying that she's going to do it. I'm just telling you guys she's thinking about it. Moving on. All right. So be sure. Oh, I forgot all about this. So Mr. Organic did a video yesterday, and basically he's doing culture topics. All right. He's not, he's multitasking. Not only he's a rapper, not only he's a fashion designer, not only he's a social media mogul influencer, he's all of that in a bag of chips. Now he wants to get into the arena of doing topics, and he did a video talking about Deion Sanders. Did Deion Sanders, did Deion Sanders, hurt the Black community by leaving Jackson State and going to Colorado, even though and the way how he explained it. Look, basically, I'm just paraphrasing what Mr. Organic says. Look, he's going to be making more money in Colorado than he would have at Jackson State, which is a no-brainer, And basically, talking about, man, you shouldn't be getting into someone's way when they're trying to make money. I feel like that's partly right, but I don't feel like that's the numero uno factor on why he accepted the job in Colorado. Okay. A lot of people don't understand Deion Sanders' story as a coach. He wanted to be a head coach in the National Football League, but a lot of owners and a lot of former and current coaches say, hey, you're going to have to go through the same rigors we did. You got to start off on the smallest scale if you want to become a coach in the National Football League. Okay. And you might have to go a couple of years, maybe 4 or 5 years in collegiate football. See how that works out for you. But there were no doors open in the NFL, and there was no doors open to the popular schools such as the Alabama, the Kentuckys, okay, the UCLAs. All right, there were no openings for him to even join those teams on the smallest level and then work your way up as a head coach. Jackson State gave him an offer he could not refuse. And if you paid attention to Deion Sanders, he accepted that job at Jackson State because at that particular time, it was the only opportunity. And this man got Jackson State 2 undefeated seasons, got them on the board as popularity goes. He's got some deals with because of him for Jackson State. He's got a shoe deal with them, and now they're creating helmets and different jerseys all the time for Jackson State. Got a deal with Mike Strahan. He was going to donate a lot of clothing to a lot of those players when they do press conferences. He gave away a lot of his money to improve the stadium and the arena for Jackson State. So he's done a lot of extraordinary, amazing things for Jackson State. But a lot of people, particularly black people, felt like that he was just leaving them behind and just accept Colorado. But people are looking, Colorado's paying him more money than Jackson State. But that's not the real reason why he accepted Colorado. He accepted Colorado because it's a big school. It's got a lot of influence in there. They got a lot of pledge and supporters and donators, more so than Jackson State. They got now he's in a very big school. He can hire from within and hire people that were particularly on his team that were not given these opportunities to work in these universities. And now they're going to get their chance. They're going to get their day. So it's a win-win in a way and in a sense, because now not only he got that job, now other people can work for him under his wing, and then they can move on to maybe another school or another university. Not to mention the fact Jackson State got Under Armour and all of these other things. Plus, Jackson State has a blueprint. Everyone talks about this blueprint. And a lot of people saying, yeah, what's good is the blueprint if you can't hire a coach to help you along with the blueprint. And what a lot of people are failing to miss is Eddie George. He's the head coach at TSU. Slowly but surely, we're getting a lot of these ex-players to become head football coaches. And Jackson State had Deion Sanders. Who's to say the next person that's going to fill the shoes of a Deion Sanders or the next coach that's going to fill Deion Sanders' shoes is an individual that has coaching talent. That's an individual that can coach him up, so to say. So a lot of people are harping on the fact that Deion Sanders left Jackson State for Colorado, but a lot of people are not recognizing that what that ultimately did for not only Deion Sanders, but it did for everyone in the team surrounding Deion Sanders, as well as, players in the National Football League that want to become coaches. Now there's more than one way to skin the cat as far as getting a head coaching gig. All right. And if you look at Jackson State are going to fill they're going to fill that position, and they're going to get a pretty good, solid coach. That's it. Well, this is the part of the show it's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Normally, I take this part to read the comment section. Unfortunately, there are no comments. Some of you guys comment later after watching the rerun of this show. But it's your host, your moderator. I'm Chris Don 1. I'm going to have one of the episodes of I'm Chris Down One podcast. It's going to be playing sometime this week. I forgot about that. That's going to be uploading pretty soon. Please rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. It's your boy, the host with the most of Do Not Brag or Boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris Down One. We're going to wrap up Too Early for This podcast, episode 11. Oh, dang. I forgot all about it, and it is on my front page. Patty LaBelle. I forgot to talk about patty cake, bakers, man, roll them up, push them in the pan, LaBelle. Only you knew Patty LaBelle. Jesus. Almost left out here and we forgot about that topic. Good thing for you guys. I got a lot of free time and a lot of opportunity. All right. So we're going to touch down on the Patty LaBelle situation. Now, if been living under a rock, allow your boy to explain. Patty LaBelle was at one of her recent concerts. And in this recent concert, she basically, they had to call off the she was only on stage for like 8 minutes, and they had to end the concert because of a bomb threat. So they rushed Patty LaBelle off the stage after when she got she got with the crowd. So someone in the crowd gave her a bouquet of flowers. She was talking with the crowd. One of her security team run up on her, and they just bum rushed her straight off the stage. And when I saw that, I'm like, damn, everything goes down in a Patty LaBelle concert. You know, everything goes down. All right. There's more action on the stage of a Patty LaBelle concert than the actual performance of Patty LaBelle. There's more stuff going down in a Patty LaBelle concert than the Dipsets reuniting. Dipsets versus the Locks, okay? Versus matches, all right? There's a lot of stuff going down on a Patty LaBelle because wasn't it a couple of months ago? Like, I want to say like in the summer, Patty LaBelle was on tour. She wasn't feeling too well, and she threw up on stage. And now you got Liz incident. Who knows? Is Patty LaBelle going to deliver a baby on the next time she's on stage? Is she going to deliver a baby? Okay? And she's going to call the plays for Kansas City when they go to the Super Bowl. Okay, what else is going to go on in a Patty LaBelle show? Jesus. Patty. Lord have mercy. Everything goes down in a Patty LaBelle concert, all right? But to make a long story short and a short story long, that's all I got for that. Yeah, let's see what time is it. It's time for us to get up out of here. I'd like to thank everyone that came out on the live streams. I really do appreciate that. At one point in time, we had a lot of people in here. Now we don't. Okay. There's no comments to read. It is what it is on that. I'd like to thank the people that have been subscribing, that has been following, that have been watching a lot of my content, a lot of my videos for the past couple of weeks. Really do appreciate that. Appreciate the hug up. All right. And I like to while you're there, hit the notification bell, rate, comment, subscribe, because it helps out in the algorithm. I will be back, same bad time, same bad channel on Too Early for This podcast. Too Early for This ish podcast to be exact. It's your boy, the host, the moderator. I'm Chris Don One. I'd like to thank everyone that came through the live, and for the rest out there that's going to watch the re-air of this, okay? See ya. Wouldn't want to be your piece and hair grease. I'm up out of here. Deuces.